All right. Hello, everyone. We are about to do our ritual for Artemis. Let me just go back here. All right, so I'm actually having trouble listening and talking at the same time. All right, welcome everyone. We are doing our ritual for Artemis today. It is hosted by Alyssa of LaRusa Mystic. We are honored to have her, and we will be starting in just a moment. All right, everyone. I have here Alyssa from LaRusa Mystic and Sherry. Thank you so much for hosting and thank you for volunteering to help with this ritual.
No problemo.
I'm always happy to host for Artemis.
Yes.
Welcome, everybody. Happy Saturday. So glad to see everybody here. We have a great turnout. This is my second year hosting the ritual of Artemis for Hellenic Herald. Last year was wonderful. This year it will be quite similar with a few little different parts. So I'm one of the moderators here at Hellenic Herald, in addition to V, of course, and Cherry is also one of our new moderators in training. So it is a pleasure to have you guys and to host and celebrate Artemis today. Thank you for your patience, and we'll go ahead and get started.
I was trying to post the Artemis bust image on on the Twitch. It didn't work.
So we're going to go ahead and get started with the ritual here. So the first thing that we want to do is to cleanse and purify. And this is the perfect time to purify our spaces through different cleansing rituals. And cleansing is basically serves as a means to cleanse the surroundings, clear the mind, dispel negative energy, wash away any lima, and prepare us to welcome in the divine and different spiritual practices for divination, ritual, spell work, and invoking the theoi. There are various different kinds of cleansing you can do. There's simple water cleansing, which is my preferred, which is just a simple washing your hands. Of course, you can take a shower if you want to be super extra. You can cleanse with the air as well. Lighting incense is very common for that. You can use sound cleansing with bells. Fire cleansing, again, incense serves as a dual function in that way. Herb bundles, lighting a candle, or earth as well, which you could use salt. You can also dust with pine. There's all kinds of wonderful methods that you can use. The very simple one that you can use in terms of Hellenic polytheism and ancient Greek religion is to simply wash your hands. And this is a perfect way to get yourself prepared and ready to connect with the divine.
Also, if you're going to be using fire in any way, please be careful.
Yes, fire safety.
Fire safety.
Okay, awesome. And I actually have a little bit of incense here. I don't have my second camera up, so I can't show it in the Discord server, but it is on the video, so I'm going to light my incense on camera.
I definitely have mine going. It smells quite nice. I have some patchouli right now. With
some.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. I got some turnips that I've had and some protection essential oils for this.
Awesome.
Awesome. So
Another
with
name.
every ritual, oh,
Go
sorry,
ahead.
go ahead. So with every ritual, we invoke Hestia, and we invoke her. We give her offerings first and last. She is, of course, the goddess of home and hearth, and in ancient Greece, she was honored first and last, and represented the light of the home, the hearth of the home. And so for starting off our ritual, we have a prayer to Hestia that was written by Cherry. And so Cherry will go ahead and read that for you now.
Home. That is what you represent, that is what you embody. You are the feeling of safety when you walk through that door. Home. Others protect us from harm, you protect us from fear. You are the feeling of a hug, the warmth of a smile. Home. The place you go when there is nowhere. You are the feeling of being held when there is nobody is there. Home, protection against not only the darkness from ourselves, you are the fire that keeps us from despair. Home. There is nobody like you, yet your love envelops us all. You are the loved one who holds you after tragedy, after lives are lost, after unneeded blood is shed, after the world is thrown into frenzy, after a house is destroyed. You are the home.
That's beautiful. I love
That was
that.
lovely.
Go get lunch.
Alexa, stop. Sorry, guys.
Alexa had something to say about it.
Apparently. I also just wanted to note that there is a suggested way to hold your hands during different prayers for different deities. We hold our hands palms up if we can for Uranic deities, like deities that are from above, so like Hestia, as well as Artemis, I believe. Correct?
Yep.
Awesome. We're not. I don't think we're doing anything for any chthonic deities, but since I'm saying it for chthonic deities like below, like Hades, you would hold your hands palms down. So.
Right, exactly. So if you'd like to participate on your end while we're reading any prayers, you can just simply hold your palms upward towards the air, and that's fine too.
Mm-hmm.
So we have here a prayer to Artemis Munahia. Now this month we are in the Attic month of Munahion, and this is a month that is very much celebrated for Artemis. We already had Munahia came and went on April 14th of this year of 2025, but this ritual today is also in celebration of this ritual. So late is still fine too. So this is a little prayer I wrote
It's
to
the
Artemis
intention.
Munahia. Yeah.
All about
O
it.
Artemis Munahia, moon-crowned maiden, watcher of the threshold, we call to you with reverence, daughter of Leto, whose silver light guides the night-bound traveler and guards the shores where land and sea meet. Goddess of the heights and of the harbor, you who see from the mountain to the sea, be near to us. As you once received offerings beneath a rising full moon, we too come bearing gifts in your honor, remembering your sacred festivals and the rites once held at your altar. Guardians of the young, of wild things and still waters, lead us safely through life's uncertain passages. Let your presence steady as our steps walk the edges of change and shadow. May your light reflect in all of our hearts as it once did upon the waters of Munahia, and may your protection be as constant as the moon's return. O Artemis Munahia, shining and steadfast, hear our prayer. Be our beacon in the dark and our guardian through all crossings. So this is a little infographic about Artemis. It's basically a snapshot about her. So here's the thing. She is, of course, an Uranic deity. She's one of the Olympians. She's daughter of Zeus and of Leto. And you can see on the left side where her name is spelt in ancient Greek and the transliteration to the English spelling. And she presides over various different domains, so much more than just hunting. She presides over the protection of wild animals, chastity, children, birth. She's also light of the moon. She's a goddess of boundaries, and she meets us there at those boundaries, at those thresholds. She's there at that threshold between savagery, wildness, and civilization. And she is also a goddess of the polis, in addition to being a goddess of the woods and of the hunt. So she was invoked even in city states as well for protection. She has various different sacred animals. Some of her most prevalent are the deer, of course, the stag. You'll often see her iconography with her and her statues having her next to a stag. But in addition, you'll also see lots of iconography of her standing next to some of her hunting hounds. but she also is represented through the sacred animals of bear, boar, quail, fish, and some of the different sacred plants and fruits that are associated with her are the cypress tree being one of the most prevalent. That is most certainly one of her most um, widespread tree iconography that's attached to her in ancient Greece. But in addition, we also have the palm tree, peanut, almond, willow, amaranthus, fir trees. And she has various different tokens and symbols that are associated with her in terms of her theography as well. She is, of course, associated with bow and arrows and quivers. She is associated with the light of the moon, with torches, wild animals, and of course, her sacred animals, as we went over before. She is also associated with a few other pieces of iconography, such as the diadem. And the diadem is essentially the headband that you'll see at the top of her statue. She's kind of somewhat hidden in the back. You'll see it right there on the top of her head. That's called a diadem. She's associated with some various different crystals through her domains as well. Moonstone being the most prevalent, of course, and selenite, which is quite literally named after Selene, who is the goddess of the moon. Now, Selene is the personification of the moon. Artemis was later syncretized with Selene, so selenite does very much offer a wonderful crystal to be associated with Artemis if you'd like to offer her that crystal and other ones as well. Some of the definitely most appropriate offerings you could give her would be any kind of tokens that come from nature. Anything that you see that you think of her, anything that really invokes that sense of beauty, wonder, and reverence from nature is a perfect offering from her. This could be wildflowers. This could be, I give her lots of pine cones. Pine cones, for some reason, always make me think of her. You can offer her incense, fresh water, wine, any kind of libation like that, honey, olive oil. You can offer devotional acts as well, such as learning how to do archery, perhaps learning how to do hunting yourself, baking moon shaped cakes and cookies, which is essentially simply just round shaped cakes and cookies. Honey being the most clear distinction with her. That was a very common offering to her, was being given honey cakes in ancient Greece. There's a lot of different myths and stories that are associated with her. The two that we chose to feature here is Actaeon and Callisto. And Callisto was one of her nymphs, and there's a few different variations of that myth in addition to Actaeon. But these two, I think, really highlight various different aspects of her. Now, Artemis is a goddess of duality. She is both a huntress and the protector of the hunted. She is both chaste and also the one to help deliver children in childbirth. So, in this way, she is that boundary goddess. And her two myths here of Actaeon and Callisto really highlight this, where she is wrathful against Actaeon, who stumbled upon her in her sacred bathing area with her nymphs, and in retaliation to him trespassing in her sacred space, she essentially turned him into a stag, and his hounds tore him apart. We also have Callisto, who, again, there are some various different shifts in the myth in this one, but the one that we have featured here is that Zeus did transform to look like Callisto, to look like Artemis in front of Callisto, and seduced her. And that is one aspect of this, but there is also that Hera, in a fit of anger, transformed her into a bear, whereas there are other ones where Artemis herself shot her with an arrow and transformed her into a bear. But this is where we get the Ursa Major constellation. So we do have this direct Greek myth of Artemis attached to the constellation of the Ursa Major. There was also a hunting encounter with Artemis in one version of the myth where Callisto was killed by Artemis, and then as a result of her realizing this, she was immortalized among the stars as a way to honor and remember her. So it really just depends on what kind of version of myth you want to go with that. But I do think that they're two really interesting myths that show two different sides of Artemis.
I agree. That's really cool. And actually, I have statues for the gods that I got off of. They're 3D printed, and so I have a statue of that that image. And I've always wondered, because I completely forgot about that myth, that like I was always confused by it. And I was like, oh, it's probably from something. I just don't know what it is. So that picture in the background of the presentation. So thank you for telling that
Oh
story.
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that statue is called Diana of Versailles.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously the Roman aspect of Artemis is Diana. This is
Mm-hmm.
called the Diana of Versailles, and I believe it was based off of an original Greek version, but it is one of the most popular presentations of Artemis, depictions of Artemis, and it shows her with her stag and her reaching behind to grab one of her arrows. It is definitely like one of the most beautiful, I think.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I love it, and I think I want to redo it, but yeah, it's brilliant. And actually, the statue I have, I realize now it was her defending a nymph. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I was like, oh, okay, this makes sense. So that's brilliant.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, of
Really is.
course. So this is another awesome prayer. This was written by Chaotic Elmo, who you probably know in the server, one of our amazing moderators, hides in the walls. So Elmo, Elmo wrote this really wonderful prayer to Artemis, and I'll go ahead and read it on their behalf. Lady Artemis, as calm as the moon, an ethereal light, a gentle tune. The huntress with little fear, graceful and beautiful as a deer. Wise virgin goddess, free and pure, with the mind of a hunter, a courageous boar, and the heart of a leader, nurturing as a doe, a light in the darkness, worthy of the bow. Unconditional love like an ending night, willing to stay and hold me tight. To Artemis, who I call mother, encourage me to fight like no other. I really love this because it highlights her protective aspects so well.
It really is beautiful.
So this is the time where we're just going to give a quick little break where you can have an opportunity to wash your hands and give her any offerings you'd like. So feel free to roll with whatever feels right to you. If you don't have anything necessarily prepared, don't panic. Simple, fresh water always works well too. So we'll go ahead and mute and give everybody just a few minutes to go give yourself some offerings to Artemis.
wait, camera's not on. Oh, there we go. That's wonderful. A little cup of water. Oh, that's nice. And oh, some cookies. That's beautiful. Nice. So we have in my apartment complex thing, and there's an outside area, and we have like birds and squirrels and things. So I will probably be going out and feeding the squirrels later. And we'll probably do a little prayer to Artemis myself later as part of my offering for today. I have like several apple cores I have been holding on to because my folks eat a lot of apples. Feed them things they can eat. Oh, that's cool. I have a rechargeable thing like that. Oh, fresh water poured in the houseplants. That's great. That's really cool. Cookies. Oh yes. Well, any round like baked good, as Alyssa said earlier. We're looking at the. I don't have any cookies, which is a tragedy. One should always have cookies. I think I'll go get some and give her a cookie set. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the intention. If you do it another day, like that's that's totally fine. Yeah, ticks. Don't do that. Don't do that. And injured foot. Don't get injured. We don't like people getting injured. Some sandalwood perfume. Yeah, that's great. I mean, it's essentially the same as like doing an incense, right? Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, going in and being out in nature while you're doing like a ritual or anything, or just being out in nature in general is a great thing to do when you're trying to honor Artemis. Offering apple cord. Yeah, yeah, because like the animals will eat them. Yeah. So and it's better than offering like a lot of people offer like bread and stuff, and I'm just like you're really not supposed to do that. A better thing to do would be to like because I probably eat at least an apple every day, maybe two. So yeah, this is gonna go on to your apples. Yeah, I managed to find some honey ginger tea. This is wonderful. Yeah. All right. Oh wait, let me hold on. Turn you guys on. There you are. We are ready. All right.
Awesome. So this is a hymn to Artemis. This one was written by Callimachus and translated by Alexander Mayer. Artemis we hymn, no light thing is it for singers to forget her, whose study is the bow and the shooting of hares and the spacious dance and sport upon the mountains. Beginning with the time when sitting on her father's knees, still a little maid, she spoke these words to her sire. Give me to keep my maidenhood, father, forever, and give me to be of many names, that Phoebus may not vie with me. And one of the reasons why I love this hymn and kept it in is because I have a little UPG where Artemis is Zeus's favorite daughter because she essentially sat on his lap and said, I don't want to get married and I want to run around in the woods and protect the mountains, please. And he said yes.
Yes.
The other
yes.
thing, anything you want. And the other thing too is that she says, so that Phoebus may not vie with me, meaning that she has something distinctly hers that isn't connected to Apollon, her twin, her twin brother.
As
Sorry,
a twin, As a twin, yes.
Anybody with siblings can agree.
Yeah.
It means unverified personal
Look.
gnosis, by the way.
Oh yeah, yeah. Great, thank you. Yeah. And
yeah, so that's just a little like personal thing that I have always felt.
yeah, unverified personal gnosis is when it's like something like this, just you. I would agree, which technically makes it verified personal gnosis.
Oh, it makes it.
I'm sorry,
shared.
no, shared. Sorry, shared, and verified is academically.
Yeah, academically supported.
Yeah, shared personal gnosis, SPG. But I 100% agree with you. And as my name is Victoria, my twin brother's name is Victor.
Oh,
I feel this in my core.
I'm so sorry.
So this hymn to Artemis definitely speaks to the twins out there.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I love it.
Okay, so we have this activity. We did this one last year and everybody really enjoyed it. So I'd like to keep it in this year, although we do have a different set of tracks. So if you were here last year, too bad, they're not the same. So how we do this activity is that you can see up on the screen, there are 6 different kinds of tracks. These are different animal tracks. So if you'd like to write down what you think these tracks are, what animal belongs to these tracks, or what tracks represent what animal, you can go ahead and write it down, or you can pop it in the chat, and we'll give it like a minute or so for people to take a look, see if they can identify who it is or what it is, and then we'll move over to the results page, and I'd love to know how many you got right. We're already off to the races with some good guesses.
I'm like really thinking here. Badger.
I gotta keep my mouth shut because I know what they are, so I just can't. I'm not gonna participate.
I am really stumped here on numbers on the third one on the top row. Like that's a very unique print. I'm just like looking at that, like kind of. Yeah.
The one in the snow, you mean?
Yeah, the one in the snow.
Oh, the one in the snow. Mm-hmm.
I actually know these because I'm the one who picked them out, actually.
Okay. I think number 1's like a. It's not a bird.
Oh, that's a good guess.
Because it's in the sand. Okay, it's not a lot of things that in the sand. I'm gonna write mine down. Okay, let's see. You know what's sad? I really want to play the do 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 on the I can't.
There's a few of them that some people are pretty sure about, and then others not so much.
2. I agree. Number 2 is definitely some sort of cat animal. Whether it's a lion.
So when we move over to the next slide, it will be going from top to bottom, left to right.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But I'll give it another few seconds here for good guesses.
Dogs have their claws out. So I would say like the bottom one is more like either I would.
It's tricky. It is tricky.
I would go with either a wolf or a bear. Like something like that.
I love that kid.
That's awesome.
Squad.
I feel like
So
one of them
somebody
is a
did ask-
rabbit. Huh?
Somebody did ask about if there are colors associated with Artemis, and
Yes,
the
I saw
answer
that.
is yes and no, in the sense that, like, in ancient Greece, there weren't necessarily very specific colors per se that were definitively assigned to each of the theoi. However, there are some pretty obvious associations, such as the royal purple and royal blue were very expensive dyes. So that was often associated with god queen and god king being Zeus and Hera. So in this case of today, there are various different colors you can associate to Artemis, such as obviously the green of the forest, blue of night, white of light of the moon. But I will say that in my various research over the years, I've noticed a really funny thing about Artemis is that in ancient Greece, they didn't have non-colored statues like we see today that are very white and washed out. They were actually very colorful. And one thing I've noticed is that many of her garments, her chitons, were actually blue
Mm.
in color, which I thought was very interesting. So blue, I would say, was one color that they often painted her in.
I also figured, personally, because I was thinking about that myself because I did my makeup. And I was thinking about that, and I looked it up. I saw that people were saying like silver, which makes sense,
Mhm,
and also
mhm.
green for like, but like
Yep.
like forest green kind of thing.
Yep. Yeah. Those definitely all work really, really well for her.
But I did not know her garments were blue. That's really cool. I did know about the colored statues.
Yeah, it was. That was something I just kind of noticed repetitively over the years of
Yeah.
various different. So they would do color spectrum identification on various different Artemis statues from antiquity,
Oh.
and a lot of the pigment that they would use on her chiton were blue, which I thought was really, really curious and really interesting, since that wouldn't have necessarily been the color I thought they'd go with.
Mm. What did you think they were gonna go with?
Green.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Makes
I
sense.
would have thought with green because she was
Yeah.
the huntress and
Yeah.
she blended in with the forest. And
Yep.
So I just kind of assumed it would have been green, but
Yeah.
seems like blue is pretty popular.
They
Oh,
found
that's funny.
several.
All right, cool.
Wow,
I'm
that's
glad everybody
cool.
has their guesses in. So we'll go ahead and switch over to the answers. Top left, capybara.
Oh, shoot.
Top middle, lion.
Yeah.
Top
A
right,
mouse.
mouse.
Yeah, I knew it was something small.
Bottom left, a goat.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom middle, an ostrich.
Oh, cool.
And bottom right,
An
otter.
otter. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Completely
2 out of
wrong.
6.
Nice.
These were tough. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Last year was a hell of a lot easier. This year is a little tougher.
Yeah, last year was way easier, man.
Yeah. Last year was really easy. We went a little more tough this year, which is fine because it's fun. But once you know the animal it's associated with, you can see how that's the print they leave.
I'm gonna turn
You're
this
like,
into a
oh, okay,
quiz.
that tracks.
This is just so much fun.
Pun intended. Yeah, the size comparison's a little tough. Not every photo of tracks has some kind of measuring stick next to it. So
I would
it's a
say
little hard.
most probably don't.
Yeah, it's a little tough.
I thought it was something small. I just couldn't figure out the print. And now that you said mouse, because I was thinking about like a bunny or something, but I was like, but they don't angle their feet like that when they jump. But when you say mouse, like makes
You can also see the mouse tail that dragged along.
Is that what that is? That makes
Yeah.
so much sense.
Isn't that fun? I love this. It's so fun.
Ancient statues show their colors. Cool, thank you. Me one. Me M31. All right. Moving on to the next slide. Yeah, great.
Yeah. So this was another wonderful prayer written by Jahan, who is one of our moderators. Cherry, you can go ahead and read this if you'd like to.
Okie dokie. I might mispronounce some things, but
That's okay, no problem.
oh Artemis, twin sister of Apollo, swift-foot hair, may you guide us through our trials in the same way you guide your nymphs Callidian to your glory. We shout.
Beautiful. This is a really, really beautiful poem by Jahan, and this really showcases Artemis's archery aspect, of course, with Locaire, and Piladini for noisy sounding is a descriptor that was often used in hymns to Artemis, which is oftentimes associated with the reverie of people who would worship, which is really cool.
That's awesome.
And just like that, we are coming to the end of our ritual. And with the end of a ritual, again, we always start and end with Hestia. And so Cherry's going to go ahead and read this little poem that I wrote. I kept it short, sweet, and simple, but hopefully it represents Hestia in how we can be thankful for what she does for us.
Hestia, daughter of Kronos and Rhea, gentle sister of Zeus and keeper of the hearth, we honor you with thanks. We are grateful for the roof over our heads, the warmth of our home, the meals shared with loved ones. You who watch over every sacred flame, those who support or those tending to their own spaces with care, thank you for making our home a place of peace, comfort, and strength.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Again, thank you for putting this together, Larissa, and thank you for reading and for everyone who gave works for us to be able to read. Thank you. We love making this like a community event. We love having you guys here, and of course, we wouldn't be able to do this without support from our Temple patrons, our Twitch subscribers, and our Pegasus boosters. Without our boosters, we wouldn't be able to stream in HD like we do here on the server, have large audiences, and do some of the fun things like changing the member icons to match the deity that we're celebrating and honoring that month. And of course, all of our stickers and emojis, all of that. Also, a huge thanks to our Temple patrons. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do things like have the website or maintain the Minecraft server. So everyone helps. And if you'd like to help, just a quick small thing that you can do anytime in the server is go to our Bots and Bump channel and just bump us on Discord so other people who have had similar interests like yourself can also find us. And I'm also going to drop in our beacons link that you guys can follow us on various social medias.
Awesome. It was great because as we were updating the Pegasus booster, we were updating this for this year, and we had a lot more Pegasus boosters this year.
We do.
Compared to last, so it's definitely reflective of a growing Discord server.
Yeah, and a growing community who where the members are actively trying to participate and assist in making the community better for everyone. Again, we wouldn't be able to stream in HD the way that we do on the server or have some of the benefits that we do without them. So we really appreciate it. We also obviously very much wouldn't be able to do this without hosts like Larissa or writers and speakers. Everyone plays a role in it. I love seeing how the community is just coming together and volunteering and doing so much to just make this an amazing place. So.
Oh, 100%. And that's one of the things I love so much about Hellenic Herald is that everybody's eager to participate and to, just give a little bit of a hand here and there or submit poems or prayers or even join on a Saturday. Like it really is a beautiful thing. And I'm glad we can all share in the love for the Theoi and the love for this beautiful religion and the community, and everybody's just really sweet. And this is one of my honors, great honors, to be able to host for Artemis and to be able to host for you guys too. So thank you to everybody who came. I really, really appreciate you taking time out of your day so we could come together and share in our reverence of Artemis. And thank you to V, of course, for all of the back end work that you do, and to Cherry for volunteering and helping with this presentation and helping with the Huntress Hikers activity and doing some beautiful reading today, and to the other writers who participated, and just in general to the community. And everybody's been having a great time in the chat, and that warms my heart. So I just love how active everyone is. So thank you to everybody again who came today.
All right, I am going to end off the stream, and I just want to say, because I also have to get food, I agree with you guys, that I'm right there with you. I gotta get food.
Eat and hydrate, guys.
May the gods bless you all on your journeys.